My boyfriend thinks my freelance job is a vacation, so I ended up doing all the cooking and cleaning on top of working. When I asked for help, he told me I was overreacting. So, I left, posted by you/mother at 1658. Okay, so here's the deal. I, 26F, have been with my boyfriend, 28M, for about 2 years. We live together, and I'm usually the one who cooks because I enjoy it, and honestly, I'm just better at it. He can boil water sometimes, though. Anyway, last night, he came home from work and immediately plopped himself on the couch. I asked him how his day was, and he just grunted at me like I'm his roommate or something. Whatever, I let it slide. Then, around 7 p.m., he said, "What's for dinner?" I told him I hadn't started cooking yet because I'd been busy cleaning the house and doing laundry. He scoffed and said, "Well, I've been working all day. Can't you just throw something together?" That really rubbed me the wrong way. Yes, he works a 9 to 5, but I work too, freelance, so at home, and I also handle 99% of the housework. I told him he could figure out dinner himself, and he got all pouty, saying he was too tired and didn't know what to make. I suggested ordering takeout, but he said he didn't want to spend money. Long story short, I stood my ground and didn't cook. He ended up eating cereal and was super passive-aggressive the rest of the night, slamming cupboards and sighing dramatically. This morning, he made a snide comment like, "Guess I know where I stand now, and now I'm wondering if I was too harsh." I get that he's tired, but so am I. I feel like a jerk, but also, I'm not his personal chef. Relevant comments. Commenter 1, NTA. Do not marry him, and do not have kids. Find a partner for all of life and its mundane domestic tasks. Thankfully, we're both child-free. I'm definitely rethinking things, though. Commenter 2. So you'd rather deal with someone who sees you as his bangmate instead of telling your family that you two just didn't work out? My family is more on the traditional side and would definitely judge me for leaving my boyfriend over chores. But after reading these comments, I'm starting to see that I've been a bit of a doormat. Commenter 3, NTA. He was patronizing? This would be a red flag for me. I'd be rethinking the whole thing. Now that I think about it more, there have been times when he has put down my job compared to his. One time, he was stressed out because of a deadline coming up and said he wished he had my job because it must be so easy just hanging out at home and getting a paycheck. Commenter 4. So you are now a doormat who does not deserve to be treated with any sort of respect, at least in your partner's eyes. I'd have a very hard time forgiving someone who treated me like this. Does your partner contribute more to bills? Are you making enough money to support yourself, and if not, what are you doing to change that? I do make decent money, but he makes a good amount more than I do. I could support myself if we broke up, though. He contributes more to rent and utilities, but I pay for all of our groceries. Responds to multiple comments about her boyfriend's job and their working hours. 1. I've tried to discuss splitting the chores more, but he says he works so hard he probably couldn't do them right. I don't think he sees my job as that hard because I don't work in an office like he does or make as much money. 2. He usually works about 40 hours a week. I'm freelance, so my hours vary, but I'd say it totals 30 to 35 hours a week for work stuff. The cooking, cleaning, laundry, and errands are probably about 10 to 15 hours a week, I guess. 3. He works as a junior project manager for an insurance company in our city. I'm a freelance graphic designer. I know his job can be really stressful because there are a lot of tight deadlines, and he doesn't get along with his boss. 4. He's never really respected my job because he doesn't think it's as hard as his. I'm reconsidering our relationship, but I'm kind of nervous to break up because I have to see my more conservative family during Christmas, and they won't understand if I say I'm breaking up with my boyfriend for not contributing enough to the household chores. Update. 1 day later. Hey everyone, I wanted to give you an update after reading all the comments. Thank you to everyone who gave advice, even the tough love. After thinking it over, I decided I needed to have a serious talk with my boyfriend about how I've been feeling. I told him I was overwhelmed from doing almost all the cooking and housework on top of my freelance work, and that it wasn't fair for me to carry the bulk of everything just because I work from home. He didn't take it well. He got defensive and said things like, "You're making a big deal out of nothing," and, "I work harder, so it makes sense you'd handle the rest." That really hurt because it made me realize he doesn't respect the work I do, whether it's my job or taking care of our apartment. I tried explaining that I didn't mind helping more, but I wasn't willing to keep doing everything. Instead of meeting me halfway, he doubled down, saying he shouldn't have to change anything because he's the one who pays more of the bills. That was the final straw for me. I realized I deserve a partner who sees us as equals and who's willing to put in the effort to make things fair. So, I ended things. It's been hard because 2 years is a long time, but I already feel lighter knowing I'm no longer stuck in a relationship where my contributions aren't valued. Thank you to everyone who gave me the push I needed to stand up for myself. I'm sad, but I know this was the right choice for me. Relevant comments. Commenter 1. Congratulations on putting yourself first. I know it's going to hurt now, but in the long run, you will thank yourself. P.S. I like drama, hence why I use Reddit, so. How did he take it? Did he cry, beg, or plead? Thank you. It was a hard decision, but I'm trying to remind myself that short-term pain is better than being in a long-term relationship like that. Honestly, his reaction wasn't that dramatic. He didn't cry or beg, but there was a lot of back and forth about how he thought I was being too harsh and how he didn't realize I felt this way. It was frustrating because I'd brought it up before, but I think he thought I'd never actually leave. I'm still at the apartment until I can move out, and he's basically been ignoring me. Commenter 2. Dude played himself. He has to make his own dinner now. Good job, up. NTA. Up, I'm hoping he actually teaches himself instead of finding another girl to do it for him. Up clarifies her experience living with her ex. We were living together for the past 6 months. What I meant was I felt happier and less stressed before I moved into the apartment with him. Op responds to suggestions about moving out. I'm considering asking a friend who lives nearby if I can stay with her. My ex is just ignoring me now, but I'm not going to put up with it if he starts trying to guilt trip me.